Welcome everybody to the hate. Well, I don't even think this should be called the Hateocracy Hate Bone tier list. We should. I guess we should rebrand it, but that'll be a story for another day. Today's topic is, you guessed it, Resident Evil. Resident Evil. This is probably going to be the shortest episode, mainly because while researching, I don't want to say researching this topic, I don't think there's going to be a sequel to Resident Evil characters because, like, a lot of them, no. Oh, Doug, what about Barry Burton? Yeah, okay, so the guy who got his family hostage and was told to betray the STARS team, yeah, he's boneable. My ass. What about Alex Wesker? He got his ass kicked by a boulder punching jerk. Get out of here with that. So, I will break down the tier list categories. You got hand cannon, the ultimate, which is ultimate weapon. You have You're My Antidote, which is essentially that, like, you know, hey babe, yeah, you and me, yeah, you're my cure right now. You have Meh, which is that character's just so poor in bed, they're just meh in bed. You have You're a Virus, meaning that she's gonna give you, she or he is gonna give you something. Looking at you, Nemesis. And finally, I'll only fuck you to get your family. Today, the first person we're gonna start out with is arguably the diva, the first femme fatale of the Resident Evil franchise. Doug, Jill's a diva. I don't know. I don't think she is. Am I alone on thinking like Ada Wong is more of a diva / femme fatale?
Yeah, I mean, it makes more sense given how she's introduced.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Okay then. But why are you going with the OG Resident Evil 4 red dress? Are you drunk? Doug, she's more combat effective in the formation. No, she isn't. She's rocking the skirt. Get out of here with that. Fuck you. If you're gonna go all in with the B-movie camp, I'm going all in, and she is very, very, very sexy. Plus, I think she's Captain's favorite. Wait, is she your favorite, or am I talking out of my ass?
I mean, somewhere between her and original Jill.
Okay. So, that being said, this is a conversation. Where do you want to put her? Like, because I remember she went through, okay, for the record, I haven't played 6, but I did hear they did Anna Rose, and Ada Wong dirty, because she was framed?
Yes, no, like, I played it, so it's not like when you're playing as Ada, you actually realize that Ada did this stuff, but you're just kind of like, why are they trying to blame Ada? Because this is dumb, of all the characters to blame it on. So it's not really, in my case, it's not like I played the story and suddenly I was like, oh my god, Ada did all these things. It's just kind of like, okay, Ada's normally a double agent, so if she did it, there's a reason. If she didn't do it, you're faking me out, and she's still gonna have to do something. So that's the problem with Ada, is when Ada was introduced, she's basically a double agent. So anytime you see Ada, you immediately have to be suspicious unless she's next to Leon. In which case you're like, okay, well, she's not gonna fucking kill Leon. But that's it. All other things are off the table, but you just know Leon's not about to die as long as Ada's on screen.
Fair enough. And for fan service, when I was writing up a Resident Evil style parody called Resident Wedding, she and Leon, they're not in a relationship, but they're fuck buddies, and I totally see that happening.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe you get in original 4. Yeah. When they encounter each other, it is never like Leon has some unrequited love, or that he's lusting after Ada, or anything like that. It's just kind of like, hey, we're in a deadly, I'm gonna die situation. Nice dress. And I keep moving. Like, that's literally what it is. He's like, okay, you looking good. I gotta go kill these zombies. Bye. Like it's there's no real time for romance, but he can still acknowledge, hey, when we have the antidote and we're free, we fuck it. But I don't need child support. We got zombie apocalypse. Bye.
Where do you two see her on the tier list?
I mean, for me, I'm up there between hand cannon and You're My Antidote.
I would say Antidote.
Antidote? Okay. Then I'll put her in Antidote. Mouse, will you okay. Alright, Mouse. Don't tell me to replace my mouse. It's never gonna happen. This mouse has a lot of sentimental value. Up next, we have... Doug, you'll use Wesker's sister? Yeah, because look at her, man. She's so fucking gorgeous. Now, I do know her name's Alex Wesker, for those who don't know. She wanted to become a god, but is dead, but not really. For the record, in the Resident Wedding parody, Alex does make an appearance, because the setting is this. Jake Wesker and Sherry Birkin, they're about to get married. So RSVPs were going around, and Alex is portrayed as one of the... You would not believe... Like, the character difference in how she's portrayed in the video games versus how I'm portraying her is night and fucking day. Let me put it to you this way. Now, I understand this might influence your guys' decisions, but, like, imagine her with Claire, Jill, and Shiva. They got RSVP to the wedding. Claire, yeah, because, you know, Sherry has a connection to Claire. Jill, because, you know, Claire, Sherry and Jake heard about what she did in Raccoon City, when dealing with, Nemesis. And Shiva, because they... Token.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, what the fuck Shiva gotta do with it?
So...
Like, I'm all about representation, but she's like, she don't know y'all. What the fuck?
So here Alex is with her photo album of Jake in his kid years, and she's like, here he is in Willamette, in the Willamette Mall, talking to the clown with the chainsaws, and here he is in fucking Mayor Hacker City, like participating in a baseball game. You're Alex Wesker. Claire's like, I killed you. Oh please, I have. Oh please, I'm smarter than my brother. I know what I'm doing. And besides, I will do anything for my Jakey Wakey. Just don't call him Poops. Well, why? When you call him Poops, he fear sharts himself. I think he grew out of it, but I don't know. Anyway, you are so lucky, and on top of that, your parents were evil. You're halfway there. I'll ease you into like drowning puppies later on in life, but right now it's you and my Jakey Wakey's biggest day. And you're all of them were just like wide-eyed, like, what the fuck is this broad? But that being said, where do you want her on the tier list? Yeah, because like she only appears in 2 games, and again, you see her die, but with how smart she is, it's not really you think that there's another her running around or whatever.
Yeah.
So man.
I mean, really? Okay, all right. Well, Captain, your turn.
I mean, in the comparison to Ada, yeah.
Okay. That is. Oh, Ashley, you have. Doug, she's actually a good character in Resident Evil 4. Yeah, my ass. Okay, you still have to escort this broad. Top that off? Are you kidding me? Ashley. Like, She, in Resident Evil 4, her personality is literally damsel in distress who hits on Leon, which is weird. But, like, when I did my Resident Evil 4 abridged mini, I had to make her a hardcore sex addict just to give her some fucking personality. For the record, she in the abridged, she fucked Frankenstein. She fucked. She fucked a bunch of the villagers. I was thinking about letting her fuck Sadler before I stopped doing the Resident Bridge mini, but I'll save that for Leon. But when she does get purged of the Plagas, because like if you watch the OG Resident Evil 4 when the Plagas is like getting like killed, getting purged from her system, she looks like she's enjoying every second of it. And, like, after she hugs Leon, Leon's like, you want to go again? She nods yes! That being said, I mean, but if you're going by base, she has no personality. I mean, she's only here because she's hot. And she's over 18, which is also, like, the other reason. I would just fuck her to get at her family, but but that in and of itself is kind of moot because in Resident Evil 6, her dad gets killed and turns into a zombie. So, where do you want to put her?
I don't know. I'll put your virus.
Yeah, I kind of feel in the same area.
Wait, is it because the... You know what? Okay. Up next, we have the main protagonist mainstay, Chris Boulder Punch Redfield. What happened to him in 6? Like, I know he lost his entire team, but how? How did he lose his entire team?
I remember there was some op they went into, and it basically ended up wiping him out because he was just like, we could do it! And he should have been more hesitant and prepared.
No.
But essentially, that was him. I think, what the fuck's Pierce? Or Piers, I think, was the only other one who technically survived until, the game. Where you're just sitting there waiting, being like, he's clearly gonna die. He does not look like he's meant to be added to the story. You're going to kill him.
Really? Oh, wait, Chris kills him?
Well, I mean, the story in general.
Oh, okay.
Like, you clearly know when you go into Resident Evil, by at least, like, the first little bit of running around, you have an idea who's finna hang around. Who's finna be dead. Like, they don't cater it that far. You don't meet a person and be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be vital in the final act. No, you meet that person, you're like, next time I come in this room, a zombie's gonna be eating you, aren't they? Yeah.
Right, it's like a cop saying, like, I have retirement in 3 weeks or 3 days. Like, yeah. Oh, that guy's dead.
It's like, if the only time you could be awkwardly suspicious of whether a character survives or not is if the game is purposely letting you see a character, but you're not interacting with that character and they're running from you every 2 seconds that they see you. Then in that moment, you're like, I don't know if you're plot relevant, or if you're scared of me, or if you're going to betray me, or if you might actually be the protagonist and I just showed up. Because that is the case. You are not the protagonist.
I mean, if this was the Isekai anime and I got transferred and I saw this was happening, I'll be the person run away too. Like, yeah. I don't want to be brought up. Like, wait, I'm not the main character? But, yeah, I'm going to get killed if I'm up with this. Nope.
Well, I mean, because in the Resident Evil universe, you're kind of fucked either way. If you are the main character, something bad's still going to happen. If you aren't the main character, it depends on what degrees of knowledge you have of the main character for how long you survive. If you just are like, oh, I waved at him earlier that day, yeah, you're dead. You're dead. You acknowledged him. But if you're like, I gave him drinks, I run the weapons shop, I have the only car that leaves town, yeah, you're gonna make it a pretty good bit. You'll survive for a while. You got things.
I think the worst.
Oh, I went to school here. I moved here for college. Yeah, you're dead.
I think the worst part is
Sorry.
If you're in that world and then it's like, oh, I just got information, I gotta tell them. Like, wait, why are you sending this information? I don't need to tell them because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna probably tell them as my dying fucking words.
Yeah, no, that is the core thing. If you are being told something that you feel like you should not be getting told, don't listen. Because that information is getting you killed.
Yep.
That's all. If it's like, hey, we normally have these board meetings, but do you know what happens behind those meetings? Go, nope. Nope. I'm going home. Nope. Just walk out of the room.
It's like, this is my PTO. I'm out. Later, bitches.
Like, this is above my pay grade. I'm not trying to be an umbrella executive. Bye.
This is why I advocate for working from home. Like, this would happen.
Right.
It's fine.
You might be asking, oh, Doug, why not put Hunk over Chris? I mean, both lost their team. Well, here's the thing. Chris has more personality than Hunk, and Hunk just doesn't give a shit, so...
But at the same time, Hunk in concept is kind of a more awesome character. Only because of the channeling of where we went through with Chris.
Okay.
If we were an original Chris, and original Chris just powered through, then that'd be one thing. But we had to go through drunk alcoholic Chris. And he didn't even have a reason to be a drunk alcoholic. Like, now, I'm not saying losing your whole troops is not a reason to drink. But he clearly had drinking problems before he lost all his troops. It kind of implies some of that. So, they didn't... You were in troops. Did they not have, like, a therapist? No one talked to him? You're fighting bioengineered things. No one is giving him therapy time?
Well, okay, that just goes... That's more of the fucking... Because cops can do that, right? Cops can actually go to psychiatrists.
Well, the mandatory make you do that after a shooting or whatever.
He was in military level grade things. You're gonna tell me there wasn't one psychologist sitting in the room the whole time at military grade level? I can understand, like, Leon not being able to go run into the psychiatrist's office and be like, hey, I need to talk about this dude that I saw eating someone's brain. Like, I get that. But when you're a military facility, and you need to keep your soldiers intact, because you're specifically sending them out there for this, it's a little hard for me to believe they just ignored his behavior until he just collapsed.
Okay, I see where you're coming from now. Alright.
Yeah. See, from that angle, that's where I'm a little... because if Leon did it, it's like, okay, Leon's out there by himself. Yeah, he's gonna hit the fucking dog. But Chris is doing military stuff. And then even in the story, after the incident, he just vanished. They didn't know where he was. All the fucking tech he uses. You're gonna tell me they don't know how to track that shit?
I mean, you're not wrong, dude.
So there was a lot of just letting Chris get away with stuff, probably because it was like he survived Raccoon City and all those things. Just let him do his thing. But story-wise, no, he should have had a handle on himself a little better. I'm not saying he shouldn't have had the whole tragic arc and everything. But the lead up to get me to believe for him to have the tragic arc is failing something.
Yeah. Which, and the other thing that I really wanted to question, because granted, okay, cards on the table, I haven't played 7 or Village. However, I did know that in Resident Evil Village, he constructed like a mecha tank type deal to fight the dude that controls magnetism? And I'm wondering, how was he going to use that if the dude controls magnetism? And why did he give it to the main character who... Oh, Ethan, that's his name. Why did he give it to Ethan, fully knowing that the dude controls magnetism, only for him to not control the tank? Where did he build that? How did he build that?
X-Men logic? That special Sentinel metal that's not metal, but somehow acts like metal?
Yeah, that... Okay, Yeah, that really did piss me off too. Like when Sentinels raided Magneto and like, oh, we're made of rubber. Like, huh?
Yeah, that had always. I could understand if they said like, okay, we took some elements from a different metal and attributed it to like plastic or something, or even if they were like, we made fucking crystal Sentinels. Okay, you know, you make them out of diamond. I could understand why Magneto can't just throw it across the room, but when you're blatantly sending what looks like the same painted Sentinel, but Magneto just can't magnetize. It's like, but it's electric.
Yeah, he can just he's a walking EMP machine.
So it's like there's still a lot. I get it when it's Nimrod because there's a weird organic capability in there. But before you hit Nimrod stage, there's a weird stage of I am an electronic robot that is not metal but uses electricity, but am also null to magnetism. What?
Okay, off topic. Where do you want to put the like? The more I listen to the more I listen to his downfall, the more the downward I want to put him in. But this is a conversation. I mean, the only saving grace he has at this point is, you know, no one can take away his boulder punching. He did kill Wesker with boulder punching, so there's that. So where do you want to put him?
I mean, I personally put him in mad because it's not that he's unattractive, but that's about it.
That's not it.
Well,
I agree with that.
I don't have any epic speeches to have with Chris. I'm sorry. I have more to say to Claire.
Did I put her on this list, or did I forget to put her on this list? Wait, no, she is on this list. She's right here.
Yeah.
No, because I honestly forgot. I honestly thought that was the bitch from Resident Evil 6 who was walking around Leon, who had something to do with what went down in Washington, but it wasn't really her, but it was, and it was trying to protect her sister or something. I forget the fucking thing. But, like, anyway. Next up, we have Claire Redfield, who kind of sort of came into her own in Code Veronica, because the first thing you see her do is a bunch of kick flips, explosions happening. I think she took down a chopper with a pistol, and then she was taken to a prison. And then the outbreak happened, and the guy that was bitten let her go because he was like, yeah, fuck it. Oh, Doug, she was in Revelations? Yeah. Wait, was she in Revelations?
Yes.
I want to say yes. Yeah, she was in Revelations. But, like, other than that, like, because from what I heard, the remake, what they did with Claire and Leon in the RE2 make was they were, like, more like college buddies or some shit like that, talking about, hey, how you doing? Oh, these zombies are all over the place. Yeah, I know, right? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. The only reason why I'd pick up the RE2 make at this point was that noir mode that you have, but you have to beat the base game first, and I'm like, I don't want to play Resident Evil 2 again. I don't. Look, man, I played Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, and 4, 5. Did I? No, I never played 6. So I played the 5. I played the Require 5. So I'm done. That said, what do you have to say? You said you had more stuff to say about Claire.
Nothing significant on my end. I mean, I guess I'd still put her somewhere between man, that's my antidote, but not heavily on that's my antidote.
Alright, what about you, Robert? You've been strangely silent for the entire Resident Evil bit.
I haven't played that many Resident Evil games. I played 1 and 4, and then I played a lot more House of the Dead.
House of the Dead. I feel so bad for what happened to House of the Dead. Because, like, man, the House of the Dead 2 remake I heard was not that good. Well, it was good, but it was not good enough for the price. Next up, we have the bitch from Resident Evil 5, and I'm just gonna say it. She is no Scarlet. She's no Scarlet. No Fantasy 7. I'm no. She wants to be Scarlet so hard, like, and no, she's just some rich bitch. I even forgot her name. That's how bad it is. I mean, fuck me, right?
Well, I mean, she can only do what she can do.
I don't even remember what the hell she does. That's the thing. She's just. Where do you want to put her? I don't know. I don't fucking know. The only reason why I put her up here is because she's hot.
I don't think I've even played.
Go ahead, Captain.
I mean, with the dress.
Go ahead, Robert.
I'm gonna say I didn't play, but look at the rest of stuff on there. I mean, I'll go antidote.
Based on looks, fine. If you want to base it on looks solely. What about you, Captain?
I don't really have issues with her directly, personality-wise, even though she is problematic. But yeah, I guess I'd be fine with that in between this way, Hateocracy and Meh.
I'll put her behind Ada.
Okay.
Yeah, because this way Robert's input counts. Next up, we have Ingrid Hunnigan. Yes, all she is a mouthpiece. Yes, all she is like, oh, do this. She hands you the information from Resident Evil 4, and she makes an appearance in 6. I don't know if she makes an appearance in 9, but in Requiem, but whatever. Doug, why'd you put her here? I mean, granted, she rejected Leon, but like, damn, is she fine? She doesn't. Granted, she spews facts. Okay, she spews facts and she spews like information. Not 90% of which isn't helpful, but like, yeah, she's someone to talk to in 4. I don't know how much of a role she does in plays in the 4 make, but like in 6, she's essentially unchanged. So she's got a great body and she's got the nerdy girl shtick going for her, which accents her hotness. So that being said, conversation time. Where do you want her to land on?
Hand cannon.
Wow. Wow, straight hand cannon? I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but like, is there any pushback? Because like,
I mean, at the moment, no.
You got it. Hand cannon it is for Ingrid Hunnigan. Up next, we have Jill Valentine, and yes, I chose that outfit, that fit specifically because, yes. To be fair, how do I put this? The 3 make, she looks great, but my god, in the 3 make, they made her into such a tryhard. No, I'm serious. Like, she gets her shit wrecked, right, by Nemesis, even though Nemesis is just playing with her for whatever reason. See, okay, here's the main difference between the OG 3 make, the OG 3 and the 3 make, okay? Because in Resident Evil 3, the OG one, Nemesis can literally pop out anywhere. Like, he's not a scripted event, as it is in the 3 make. Number 1. Number 2, there were more, you could, because, like, I want to say the entire police station from RE2 is open to you, as opposed to, like, certain sections not being accessible in the 3 make. 3, Nemesis was more intimidating at the time, because, like, if I'm playing Resident Evil 3 OG version now, I'm just gonna be like, this is stupid, because I know what made Resident Evil scary. It wasn't the monster designs, it was the tank controls and the shitty cameras. That's what made it so scary, because you didn't know if the controls were going to agree with you, and you didn't know where the zombies were coming from because of the shitty camera system. That's why people were so tired of it with Veronica, that 4 was a huge breath of fresh air. Anyway, so what's the point, Doug? In the 3 make, they made her such a fucking tryhard. She compared Nemesis to like some stalker ex-boyfriend. I'm like, dude, like, seriously, a stalker boyfriend? This thing wants to kill you. Don't, and you think you can just take a railgun and like shoot that thing with such a backblast that it basically breaks the wall behind you and you're fine? Get out of here with that. At least with Resident Evil 5, she got upgraded to Kill Machine. And, you know, I mean, look at that outfit. You just want to unzip.
For my purposes, I still have issues with her reinvention. Because they basically just made her Nina Williams.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. Because I would have been fine, even with the design, if they had kept her hair color. But it was just like, you pretty much just made Nina Williams. And then went, well, you know, she's supposed to be Jill. And they're like, brainwash her for a bit. Let her be Nina for a while. Then she can remember she's Jill. Because that's what it feels like when you play the game. She's literally doing all these fucking Eon Flux level poses chasing after you. Like, that's all she's doing, because for the whole time, when I first played, I'm kind of like, is that supposed to be Jill? Like, I didn't know it was Jill, but it's kind of like, you can look at her features and be like, but Jill's not blonde. No. Jill's not out here just tits flowing everywhere. Jill is not dropping down from the scene looking like fucking anime protagonist about to smother you with tits. No! And then later it's like, rip the thing off her chest. Oh, I'm Jill. Bitch. What? What?
Damn.
I went through a whole thing with Jill. That's just because I personally like redheads. So the moment they swapped her out of red hair, I'm just kind of like, fucking why? It's the same thing that I've had with the recent, hey, we're gonna swap all the gingers with black people. It's like, leave the fucking gingers alone. I enjoy them, goddammit.
Okay, so let me ask you your feelings on this. Wait, have you watched Batman the Crusader yet or no?
I haven't.
Okay, so Barbara still has red hair, but she's a black chick, so she's a black ginger. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, personally, I still don't feel that she needs to switch, but at least they kept the red hair for once. We're doing it in stages, but because at the same time, it's not uncommon for, you know, people of our complexion to have red hair, whether proper or dyed of any sort.
Mm-hmm.
So red isn't so outlandish, but it's just, I do think it is weird that we've now went through this whole, let's get rid of the gingers suddenly.
Okay. It's just the same thing where it's like, hey, Jews are white people, Jews are black people. Now we're also gingers. That's because Jews were the original people. Like, we've been doing this forever, right? Like,
for the record, I didn't care about the race swap that Jim Gordon and Barbara got, like, turning them black, okay. And, like, the naysayers didn't say shit when, Flass got race swapped. He's a black corrupt cop now. They didn't say shit about that. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm still weirded out that Bullock was a corrupt cop. Because Bullock's not, he hates Batman, but he's a cop. He's actually one of the good cops in a very corrupt Gotham. That just weirds me out. At least they kept it, but hey, Montoya, she's back, and that's what counts. Montoya is back. Montoya, my guy, my goat. Dog, she's a lesbian now. I don't fucking care. Montoya is awesome. Fuck you. Anyway, so, seeing as how, where do you want Jill? Because I think I know where you're gonna put her, considering how they fucked your girl there, something awful. But like, this is a conversation. So where do you want?
I guess also just like when in the past, I would feel more comfortable because they gotta rely if there's any bad happens on insurance. I don't trust insurance nowadays. Like it's just like You're just gonna lose this shit, and it's gone. And he has to spend like years going to red tape just to get lowball.
Speaking of fucking technical difficulties, like, because Gabe had technical difficulties, which is why he's not here. I had to fucking power cycle my goddamn internet connection.
Well, that's why I was warning Robert, because technically we're under tornado warning here, so hailing's occurring. So if I pop out, that's probably because I just don't have connection. So.
Jesus. So where did you want to put her? Sorry.
I mean, I'd put her at my antidote only because it's that version.
Ooh, but here's the kicker.
If it's all versions of it as an aggregate, I'll put my canon.
Yeah, because I was like, she'd be hand cannon if you give me that old look back.
Yeah, if I get to choose this, like it's like old outfits on a video game. Okay.
So, okay, let me reiterate that. Do you want her up to on hand cannon on the condition you can choose which? Ooh, but that's kind of morally gray. But I'm not gonna get into the what's morally gray for Resident fucking Evil. Get out of here with that. So, do you want her up here on the condition that you can choose her fit?
Yeah,
I would.
Alright. Up next, we have the Lady Dimitrescu, the one person everybody thirsted for, but my god, I heard she's like the first boss in Village. So, that happened. So she's a giant woman, and she's a vampire. No, I'm not making that last one up. Because in Village, and I'm saying this for Robert to have context. In Resident Evil Village, there are werewolves. I'm sorry, not werewolves. Lycans. One of the main bosses is a giant sea creature. One is a doll. Dimitrescu is a vampire, and the one guy that controls metal. That being said, I mean, the model that posed for it. Whew, and the model that posed for it, she's actually kind of a legit nerd. Plus, yeah, I mean, I won't deny she's hot, but I'm not gonna thirst for her because I saw the person that was hotter, and that was when Captain K was playing Hellpoint, and he introduced me to the praying hostess.
Oh yeah.
That entire boss fight was me thirsting for her hard.
So if you're a vampire, like, how long do you get the periods before they get menopause? Or,
well, I mean, technically you shouldn't.
Let's say you shouldn't be. In fact, what is it? The vampire.
do you still get a period of if you're a vampire? That means you don't shred your uterine lining anymore just because you're immortal?
Well, because technically everything's stopped.
Yeah.
So, like, your biology is not functioning the same. It's not the same as, like, you became a vampire and then suddenly you're doing photosynthesis. Like, it's not that principle. It's you are now, by terms of what a vampire would be, you die. Your body should be going through necrosis. Mm-hmm. You're not going through necrosis because you are taking fresh blood to supplement to make up for your body slowly killing itself.
Yeah.
You're literally only eating enough to keep your body sustained.
Yeah.
I mean, you can gorge, but that is the point of eating, is you're just making up for the nutrients that your body can't produce being alive.
So is there two different breeds of vampires? The one that makes sense, just like you're saying, that you're dying and necrosis. But what about the other ones? They show vampires that they can be able to regenerate themselves. That means they regenerate cells. So that means they aren't necrosing.
Okay, so
yeah,
so that gets into a grayer category because there are those that can. I'm not saying like vampires from old, but the types that you're saying, Robert, that gets split up into different categories because like they could say like, oh, I'm drinking this person's blood, which regenerates my lost limbs for whatever reason. There's that kind of one, and then there's the vampires like in Castlevania, which just don't follow any fucking rules.
Okay,
yeah.
and then Green Instant to piss off people. What about Twilight? How are you having fucking babies? Because you guys have a half human and then
Look,
have a baby.
Twilight is its own fucktard thing. Because ain't no other vampires out here sparkling. No, they ain't doing that. The closer you get to that sparkling is if they're going to be missed. And even then, they're there at night. Ain't nobody rolling out in the daylight being like, look at my diamonds.
But if you're being a real vampire, that means you can't enter places without being invited in.
Yeah. So that's what I say. It's a weird breakdown because when it comes to vampires, they are considered supernatural creatures, but how they're treated is always weird because you could lean towards the supernatural aspect, but then you have to ignore a lot of the biological science aspect. But if you lean into the biological science aspect, then you still have to explain the part that is clearly not science because it shouldn't be running around. It's kind of the same as like a hopping ghost.
So that means
the Chinese vampire isn't technically a vampire, but gets considered like Chinese vampire, but it does none of the things that a vampire would do.
Yeah. For what it's worth.
So that would mean if you were a black vampire in the 19th century, people won't know because white people are going to invite you in.
I mean,
unless you were already a slave, then technically you were already in there.
Yeah. For what it's worth, Robert, Dimitrescu, Grant, she's kind of a little bit of both. Like she has these weird superhuman abilities, but at the same time, she's like in Resident Evil, in Village, she has like 3 daughters. But the thing is, it's like, wait, like they straight up confirmed that she can't have kids because she's a vampire. So she had to abduct 3 people and basically turn them. That being said, wow, this took a lot longer than I thought. Where do you want to put her? Because like this looks like it's gonna be a 2-parter, which means I'm gonna have to add more characters from Resident Evil. Great, that means Albert Wesker's gonna be here. Same goes with Jake. And other Resident Evil characters that I don't know yet. God, I'm gonna have to scrape the slubs. That means fucking Barry and Lewis.
How old is this vampire in particular? Or like, they just know she's a vampire. They don't know how old she is.
I was like, I don't think she's that old.
They never actually straight up say her age, but it's known that she is a vampire. The only reason why I know like so much about her is because the Game Grumps did a Let's Play of Village. And like her final form, she actually has like a final form where she doesn't even turn into a fucking bat. She just turns into this griffin thing.
I mean, I feel like just being a tall vampire, you gotta fuck it. Just like if Barry White was still alive and you had an opportunity to fuck it, you gotta do it. Like, you gotta take that shot.
But I guess in your. I would put her at You're in My Antidote, but not up there with Ada.
I would
put, not there.
Alright, we're gonna end the tier list here, the 1 tier list here. But I would honestly put her at I would fuck you to get at your family, but that's only because her daughters are yes. And I can put her daughters in. Yay. So
I mean, what will happen if you're fucking her and she turns to a bat while you're fucking her? Like, I don't know.
She just turns into this giant. No, she doesn't turn into. She turns into this giant griffin-like thing. It's really weird and really ugly. And the way she's portrayed is like nothing could kill her except that until it does. And yes, sunlight does hurt her, sort of. It's so like the way they approach it in RE8 is just dumb. There's a reason why Resident Evil 8/Village is very much looked down upon, despite the dollhouse being like the only goated section, because like everything else was just complete utter nonsense. I mean, no one was a big fan of 8, despite 8 I think outsold 7. But then again, people are for RE Requiem, and that's its own can of worms from what I'm hearing. But anyway, that about does it for this portion of the tier list. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but I will add on to this tier list, and we will do a part 2 of this bitch. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you next time. Boop. Okay, I will kick you out, Rand, but we can just slab it out and call it a day. Or do you want to call it a day now? Because, like, I forgot to send the Slab Lounge notes, and in all honesty, when I was looking through the Slab Lounge notes, I mean, there's nothing really remarkable, unless you guys really want to, like, do the whole Sneeko bit. But there's really nothing remarkable, you know? Unless you really want to hit on... Huh?
Oh, it's like I'm good if you, because I know you have to do stuff, and Kevin's dealing with baby getting knocked out, whatever. So, I'm fine.
Yeah, and plus, 9 times out of 10, by the time we meet next time, Sneeko shit will probably have upgraded.